Hello everyone, I hope this video finds you in great health and spirit. All right, some of you had asked me about my medic bag and what was in it. So first I'm going to show you what we're trying to give our officers out in the field. And this is a basic one, right? So typically it's about this size. Chief Hernandez, who's Director of Operation, was looking at making sure that all our officers had something roughly about this size, small, not too big, and it will facilitate what they could potentially see in the field. Again, this is not a TCC. This is not a tactical casualty care bag. This is just a standard BLS CPR. Okay, so what we have is, excuse me, we have our gloves right now here, which is about 4 pair. Okay. Then we have our tourniquet. Every kit has to have a tourniquet. Also a mouth-to-mouth piece that we need to have. As well as that, they'll have a scissors to cut the garment, a small gauze, and medical tape. Then we have 3 of the triple, which is antibiotic ointments. Then we have the 3 of the antiseptic wipes, a couple of things of aspirin. We have the burn cream, 3 of those as well. And then instant hand sanitizer, 3 as well. X or butterfly band-aids, and then about 4 or 5 standard band-aids in their standard BLS CPR kit. Again, this is the standard. This is not for, stop the bleed or tactical casualty care. This is just the standard, which most officers are going to have. Now, there is variations that we're going to add to it, but this is kind of the setup that we're going to set up. Okay, this is the big one here. Now, if like I have the big bag, which has stop the bleed and stuff like that. So in like this one, we have a big thing of gauze. We have packing, sterilizing pads. This particular one is a chest sealed. So the big one has the combat gauze here, quick clot. Okay, so the bigger kits or those that have been trained for the stop the bleed and the tactical casualty care, those will be the ones that'll have big ones like this one. I'm a CPR BLS instructor, as well as stop the bleed instructor. I'm not as good as some of the other guys on the team. Some of the guys on the team are EMS, and they're the ones actually they will teach. I took a course a couple of years ago, so I'm sure the stuff that I've learned is out of date. So I'm getting freshened up on all the new stuff. But yeah, so we have the big bag is kind of messed up, but we have several things in the big bag. All kinds of ointments, burn, stuff like that. We have, I think on this one we have more scissors and tweezers and stuff like that. And again, we're putting our bags together, gloves, duct tape, for eyes, rinsing of the eyes, medical tape, not duct tape. Okay, and we're still kind of putting the big one together as the training proceeds, what we're going to need to have and stuff like that. So I hope this information you guys found useful. Again, this is a small kit. Again, for regular CPR BLS is what these guys will carry, is basically this stuff. That way they can render assistance if there's a cut or something. Now, back in the day, I couldn't afford this, and I had what I called a poor man's, kit for first aid. I had tampons, maxi pads, and the tampons, if you got stabbed or shot, I would plug that hole with a tampon. It's sterile. Maxi pads, cut or slash, or you're wide open, wrap it up, and that's a poor man's medical bag. And believe it or not, I carried it for a few months until I was able to afford to buy the stuff that I needed, like the first aid kits, the scissors. I didn't have that. I didn't have burn or any cream or anything like that. I had to get that. And of course, we also give the instructions for the tourniquet. So we show how to use it, but we leave the instructions in there just in case they forget. It's a nice little thing for the officers to have. Okay, and again, I think we're the only company right now here in Houston that's making sure that all our officers are CPR BLS trained and that everything in the kit they know how to utilize and what it's for. Okay, all right, and as always, keep your head low, your eyes sharp, and your aim true. Peace, stay safe.